So far we have observed that have to delete unnecessary series which is added as an year, and have to edit the values which are available under horizontal axis to years. See, now I am directly deleting or removing the series which is unnecessarily added, removed. Then edit the horizontal axis, selecting the horizontal axis which I want to show, then click OK. Click OK like this. Now let us see how to select this rate. Go to Layout, Chart Elements. There is an option over here, there is an element over here that is called Series Rate. Select the series rate. Manually it is difficult for us to select this series because this is not visible under the chart. Give right click. There is an option called Format Data Series. Click on Format Data Series. Here, if you observe, this is actually showing it as a primary axis. Now I am going to change from primary axis to secondary axis. See, now from here to it is moved to secondary axis. This is how it is moved from primary axis to secondary axis. Now I don't want to show these green color bars. I want to change this column chart as bar chart, but only my intention is to show the green colored bars are only to be changed to line chart, not the whole this chart. Clear? So there are two data series in this chart. The first data series name is value, the second data series name is rate. My intention is to show rate data series as line chart, whereas value data series as column chart itself. Let us see how can we do that. Meanwhile, we can also check this spread overlapped. If you observe, so I will explain these options when we are on pie charts. You can easily understand that. So if you are moving out, see, if you are increasing the size, the width of these bars getting reduced. See, if you are making it as 0, the width of the bars are increased like this. Spread and overlap also the same. Okay, it is not visible in this chart. However, we can see the same options under pie chart so that you will be able to understand clearly what is happening. Now my intention is to show this column chart as line chart. Now you can select this option in two ways. One is give right click and change series chart type, or you can also do the same thing from design, change chart type, select line chart, click OK. So now I have changed the rate series from column chart to line chart. This is how you can change a chart data series. Now I'm able to see both the data series on the same chart. One is with primary axis, another one is with secondary axis. Now formatting axis, how can we do that? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to format the axis. These are all the axis options. If you observe, I have selected primary vertical axis. We are looking into primary vertical axis options. Now here is a scale which is fixed at 0. You can observe this 0 over here. If you want to change from 0 to 10,000 is the minimum unit you want to show, then you can also do the same. See, it will be started from 10,000 if you change this minimum unit. Now maximum is set to 90,000. However, you can also change maximum from 90 to 80, or you can increase from 90 or 80 to 1 lakh or 1 lakh 20 or so. Now I'm going to change this 0. It's been increased to 1 lakh 20. I'm starting from 0. Clear? Now let us look at measure unit. These measure units, these measure grid lines are showing for each 10,000 one grid line is getting showed for you. It means the measure unit is showing for every 10,000. See, 10,000 one grid line is there, 20,000 one grid line, 30,000 one grid line. So for every difference of 10,000 it is showing one grid line. If you want to show it for every 5,000, you can also do it. See, for every 5,000 it will be shown. However, I want to change from 5,000 to 10,000. Clear? Now it is showing for each 10,000. Minor unit. How in this chart we are unable to see minor grid lines. However, you can see the minor grid lines with an option over here, grid lines. However, I will explain about grid lines later in this session. Horizontal grid lines, minor grid lines. See, minor grid lines. How these minor grid lines are showing, for each 2,000 one minor grid line is getting shown. You can observe, I am just increasing the size of the chart. Please do observe. See, for each 2,000 it is being added a minor grid line. However, you can also change minor grid lines. So it is fixed at 2,000. However, you can change to 3,000, 1,000 or 5,000 based on your requirement. Now I have changed to 5,000. For every 5,000 it will show one minor grid line. For every 10,000 it will show one major grid line. This is how you can select axis options. Now moving on to the next option called values in reverse order. If I select this one, these values will be shown in reverse order. However, I don't want to use this one. Logarithmic scale base. See, this will be useful when you are using with a logarithmic scale. This is the base of the scale is 10. You can also change the value. This is display units. If you want to display the units of the chart, say hundreds, thousands, this chart is in thousands or million or 10,000 trillion billion or something. So if you want to show, you can make use of these options. Now coming on to another option called measure tick mark type. Actually, if you observe in this chart, see, I'm again increasing the chart size. Right. Now you will be able to observe clearly format axis. You will be able to observe this measure tick mark type. These major tick marks are out of the chart area, plot area. If you observe, this is called plot area, this is called chart area. Now it is out of the plot area. Have to change. I don't want to see this. If you observe these major units, see these major units, how it is getting shown. These major units are actually out of the plot area. So major tick mark type, whether you want to show it the major tick mark type as outside or cross or inside. If you click inside, it will move from outside to inside. If you want to show cross, it will show cross. Like this, you can make use of this function. None, you can select none. Minor tick mark type. This is minor tick mark. These are all minor tick marks. Now if you want to show all minor tick marks outside, it will be shown outside. However, I don't want to show it. Now, clear? Axis labels. How do you want to show your axis labels? Whether you want to show your axis labels, it is actually next to axis. If you click high, it will move from left side to right side. If you click low, it will be moved as earlier. None. If you don't want to show your axis labels, you can also select this option. Make sure do understand that we are working with vertical axis. Clear? Next to axis, this is fine for me. Next to axis and low, both are same in this context. Clear? Now horizontal axis crosses. I'll explain you about this one. So what I'm going to do is, where do you want to show your axis? See, if I want to start this chart or show this chart after 30,000, I can give 30,000. See, from here it is showing. Clear? So where do I want to start? Where do I want to show this? This is how I can show the chart. However, I don't want to do so. I'd like to stick on to the original state like this. Clear? Now if you would have observed, whenever I am changing my cursor position, these options are also changed. See, whenever I keep my cursor on chart area, these options getting changed. Whenever I keep my cursor position on vertical axis, these options got changed. So what is this window basically? Even though this window got opened, I am able to do edits. See, I am able to do I am able to enter some values in Excel. Clear? This is called modeless form. Please do remember all the chart options which we are dealing with are modeless. What is the meaning of modeless? There are two kinds of forms. One is modeless form, another one is model form. What is the difference between modeless and model? Whenever a modeless form is opened, you can also do your work even though that modeless form is open. See, this is how I can do my work, or I can change whatever I want from the chart. I can change chart type, I can change series type, I can give some nice color to only this bar. I want to change only this bar to blue color, even though this form is open. Because this is a modeless form, I am able to do any changes. Clear? One of the best example for modeless form is find form. See, find and replace. Even though the find and replace is open, we can do our work. See, another best example for model form. So far we have spoke about modeless form. Now we are going to discuss about model form. See, I want to save this file as I want to give some name. Now it is home tab. I want to give some another name. Now this is model form. If you want to do any modifications when a model form is open in the Excel, you cannot do anything. Only the thing which you can do is you can select the options from the model form only. So you can only do whatever the edits you want to do, you can do only in this form. You cannot do anything rest of the Excel. See, I cannot even select the chart area. So this is the basic difference between modeless form and model form. So the options or the windows which are opening from, or the options which we are working with, charts are modeless. Because of that reason, it will save lot of our time. So instead of opening for each and every time or axis options or any other options, based on the selection, the options will be changed. So you can select or you can make use of these options. Now let us move on to let us continue of the lesson. Now I am changing the color of this bar to my original state. Clear? Sorry, it's not been changed. Now it's got changed. Clear? Now we are under layout, format selection. There is an option called format selection. What I'm going to do is I'm selecting the chart area, select format selection, no fill is got selected. Did not select the chart area. Selecting the plot area now, format selection, solid fill. See, as soon as I try to fill it, it has been filled with blue color. If I want to change this color to something, I can change the color. It means I can format the color of plot area. However, I can also do the same thing by selecting the chart area. This is the chart area, solid fill. If I want to make a difference between plot area versus chart area, I can also do it. See, the background which is in green color is chart area, whereas this is plot area. Light red color is plot area. Clear? You can also use gradient fill. See, you can select any of these colors, linear, radial, direction. How do you want to show your color direction? Like this. You can also make adjust of these colors. See, like this. You can reduce or increase. See, like this. You can also make use color. So how do you want to show this color? See, here clearly observe. I am going to change it to, see, this is how it is going to change. So position, at what position you want to change. See, you can also increase. These are the options which are available. Brightness, you can increase the brightness. Clear? Transparency, how do you want to show the transparency? Either you can use these markers or give some values over here. Now, picture or text fill. See, texture. You can also select this texture. Pattern fill. If you want to change this pattern, you can also. These are the different options which are available over here. You can make use of these options. Either you can select both chart and plot area, you can do the same thing, or you can only apply the entire patterns and fills for plot area. You can also do the same thing for chart area too. Clear? Automatic, I want to stick on to automatic. So now it is clear, or I can click on no fill. When I select no fill, it is automatically selected or given the color which is given for chart area. However, you can move on to chart area. Now click on no fill. Everything got settled. Now if you click on automatic, now clear. Clear. Now the back end values are getting shown earlier because the transparency level. So far we have observed format selection. Under format selection we have observed fill. Now let us move on to border color. What I am going to do is I am selecting the plot area. First I would like to reduce the chart. It is difficult for us to work with. Fine. Now I am selecting the plot area. Border color, I want to give a nice border which is in blue color or red color to my chart area. It's fine, blue color is fine for me. Now gradient line. So earlier you have observed gradient fill and all, the similar to the. Now it will be applied for only to the line which we have given the border. See, this is how it will be applied. Border color, solid fill, gradient. From here everything is same. Sorry, we are in border color, fill, automatic. Now we are under border color. The similar options will be available, but now it will be applied to only borders. Clear? Border styles. How do you want to show the border style width? So you want to show width, you want to increase the width, or what? How do you want to show? See, like this you can increase the width of the border. Compound type, how do you want to show? Whether you want to show thick two color line, see, like this. or how do you want to show it actually? So you want to show it very thick line, something like this, right? Dash type, or you want to show dashes, something like this. So these are very easy to understand, you don't need to worry of it. So by seeing itself you will be able to understand, or you can select the options and make sure it fits into your requirement. Cap type, flat or round, square, how do you want to show it? Flat. Joint type, round or what? Bevel. I want to show it direct line like this. Arrow settings, however there is no arrows, hence we don't need to bother about. Shadow. So how do you want to show this border? However, you cannot see whether shadows for this border or not. We can see the shadows option, especially for chart title and all. It will be very much useful for you to show that. Glow and soft edges. How do you want to show the edges of this? See, I have selected chart area now. If I select plot area and glow and soft edges, if I select this one, see, this is how it is showing glow and soft edges. See, like this it will be shown. Next, 3D format. However, when this is not 3D, hence we can leave it. You can select the chart like this, 3D format. I'll show you the chart title. By the time you'll be able to understand how 3D format will be appeared. Size, height. So at what height you want to show this? See, you can also increase. Earlier we have manually increased the size. Now you can do that by way of increasing the options. See here, like this you can also increase. Clear? Increase the size. Increase or decrease the size. Hope you understand. Scale. Scale height also it will be increased. Width of the scale. Like this. It will be increased. Log aspect ratio. However, I will explain this later in this session. Next, properties. Move size with cells. So these are some very important options. Now I'm going to show you this option called properties. Under that, move and size with cells. Now what I'm going to do is I'm increasing the backend size of the cell. As and when I increase the backend cell size, my chart is also getting increased. But sometimes you may require this functionality and sometimes you don't want to increase the size of the chart based on the column or cell size of the backend. See, this is Excel cell size where I am decreasing the cell size, increasing the cell size. But as soon as I increase or decrease based on the selection, based on the width of the backend cell size, my chart is also getting changed. How can I restrict that? See, move and size with cells. Move but don't size with cells. Now I am selecting this option. Now let us see what will happen. It is moving but not along with the cell size. See, when you are increasing some other cell width of the particular column or cell, it is moving the chart from there to adjust in that particular area. However, it is not changing the size of the chart. Earlier, if you observe with the first option, when you are changing the cell size, it is getting changed. See, now it is not getting changed. See, you can observe. I am increasing the cell size, but it is not getting changed. Clear? So now it is moving out of the cell. However, it is not changing the size of the chart. This is that option. Don't move or size with cells. Now I am doing undo. Selecting the chart. Selecting properties. Don't move or size with cells. Now I am trying to increase the cell size. It is not at all moving. I am also trying to move the chart based on the cell size. I am increasing the cell size, but it is not at all moving. Clear? This is how we can make use of these options. Print object unlocked. Text. If you want to give some nice inputs to the chart which you want to explain to the end user, you can give some nice name about this chart and description about this chart, so that